Backstreet Boys member Nick Carter is back on stage, but rather than shouts of praise, he is welcomed by screams for justice. As the fans recalled how he denied sexually assaulting a 17-year-old girl with autism and cerebral palsy back in 2001. Before you go any further, I'll leave a trigger warning because this contains topics about violence and sexual assault. Continuing, 39-year-old Shannon Shay Ruth filed a case against Nick Carter in Clark County, Nevada on December 8, 2022. Because of the sexual battery that happened in February 2001, when she was just 17 years old. But the American singer denied the accusation and went on to shamelessly perform with his fellow Backstreet Boys members at iHeartRadio's Jingle Ball Event in New York City one day after that. Welcome back to our channel. In this video, we will talk about what happened to Shay based on the recall of her bad experience with Nick, what Nick's response to it was, and find out some dark truths about the Carter family. The details and more in today's celebrity gossips. So, do you think Nick Carter is guilty? Or do you think he is innocent because he strongly denied this and still performed with all smiles to emphasize that he did not do it at all? Let us know in the comments down below. In 1993, the band Backstreet Boys started to enter the music industry. And they're composed of 5 boys named Nick Carter, Kevin Richardson, AJ McLean, Brian Littrell, and Howie Dorough. Throughout the years, they have proven themselves by winning a lot of awards and releasing famous songs, such as Quit Playing Games, Larger Than Life, and I Want It That Way. So since they have a huge fan base, they have been giving tour bus experiences for fans. But specifically, the tour bus following a concert in Tacoma, Washington, is the one that has been controversial, because this is where Shay was allegedly sexually assaulted by Nick. So what happened to Shay in the 2001 BSB tour bus experience? According to her, among all the fans who seek the group's autograph, Nick Carter has chosen her to be a guest on his tour bus. He gave her a VIP juice, or a drink with a mixture of cranberry juice and alcohol, despite her being a minor, and she was then sexually assaulted inside the bathroom of the tour bus. She was forced to perform disgusting acts on him, so she was crying all the time, as she did not grant Nick any consent at all. After that brutal scenario, she was brought into bed and, again, forced to do something she did not want. As a result of this, she even acquired the human papillomavirus, which is a sexually transmitted infection that can cause health problems such as genital warts and cervical cancer. Years later, Shay had the courage to tell her story and file a sexual assault case against Nick. In a press conference, she described all those years as filled with pain, confusion, frustration, shame, and self-harm. She also said, "Even though I'm autistic with cerebral palsy, I believe that nothing has affected me more or had a more lasting impact on my life than what Nick Carter did and said to me." She even recalled that she was called a retarded and that he started hurting her and then intimidated her by saying that no one will believe her and will even go to the jail if she were to speak about it. And since he is Nick Carter, he has the power to turn people against her or wreck her life. So after her assault, she believed him and would just start hurting herself since she felt she had nowhere to turn to or a way to express the bottled-up feelings she had. Additionally, according to her attorney Mark Boscovich, there were also 3 other women named in the joint lawsuit filed as they claimed that Nick had a history and pattern of engaging in this behavior. So despite all of this, what is Nick's response? Sadly, Nick only denied those allegations on the same day by providing a statement to CNN through his attorney, Michael Holtz. The statement goes like this: "This claim about an incident that supposedly took place more than 20 years ago is not only legally meritless but also entirely untrue. Unfortunately, for several years now, Miss Ruth has been manipulated into making false allegations about Nick, and those allegations have changed repeatedly and materially over time." As a response to this matter, the American broadcast television network ABC has canceled the planned airing of their television special, A Very Backstreet Holiday. However, their concert series continued, leaving fans angry. But before thinking about siding with Nick, understand that this is not the first sexual assault allegation against him. This is why the majority of people believe that he is not innocent. Former pop singer Melissa Schumann also accused him of sexual assault when she was 18 years old. According to her, it happened when they were hanging out with friends at his house. It was there when he forced her to do what he wanted despite her refusal. But because he is too powerful, she cannot do anything at all. But Nick denied it and said, "Melissa never expressed to me while we were together or at any time since that anything we did was not consensual. We went on to record a song and perform together, and I was always respectful and supportive of Melissa both personally and professionally." Also, no criminal charges were filed because, according to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office in 2018, the statute of limitations expired in 2013. Therefore, an analysis of the strengths and weaknesses of the evidence is not warranted and the matter is declined. Another disappointing thing is that other members of the Backstreet Boys, Howie Dorough, AJ McLean, Brian Littrell, and Kevin Richardson have still kept their mouths shut regarding all these controversies. So this has been making us ponder what would happen to the career of the Backstreet Boys. Is this the beginning of the end of their legacy? And if you think that's some heavy drama right there, wait until you hear about this. Ruth's charges against Carter came around a month after his younger brother, Aaron Carter, died. This death reignited the feud between the siblings, which started after their sister, Leslie, whom Aaron claimed abused him during his childhood, died and Nick failed to attend the funeral. Moreover, their family was already described as toxic, since both were speaking about having had a difficult childhood and a strained connection with their parents. On top of that, both have personal issues as well. While Aaron has admitted to struggling with substance abuse and mental illness in public, Nick has been honest about having issues with alcoholism since he has been addicted to alcohol since he was just 9 years old. In 2019, Nick and Angel Carter filed a restraining order against their brother Aaron Carter because they claimed he had increasingly alarming behavior and that he harbored thoughts and intentions of killing Nick's pregnant wife and unborn child. However, Aaron did not mind that at all because he had not seen his brother for many years. Also, this did not stop him from spilling some serious allegations against Nick via Twitter. He revealed that Nick was the violent one because he has not been accused of sexual assault multiple times and was not the one who beat Paris Hilton, who was Nick's ex-girlfriend. Aside from that, he openly supported alleged sexual assault victim Melissa Schumann, and even recalled the time when he was 13 years old and giving an acceptance speech at the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards when his brother broke his nose with a pie. Although after Aaron's death, his representative said that he made amends with people, including Nick. The Backstreet Boys even paid tribute to Aaron Carter by showing a montage of his photos and dedicating their 2019 single No Place to him. So before concluding this, let us know first your thoughts. Do you think it's time for us to change the rules about the statute of limitations? And do you think that Nick Carter will finally be indicted as guilty in the near future? Many victims of sexual assault take years before revealing their stories because of trauma, especially if the alleged assaulter is a famous one loved by many. Maybe Nick did many wrong things against many other women, who may just be afraid to speak up because he has a lot of connections. But I hope not, and that he should instead start being a man and apologize to all the women he hurt by being accountable and going to prison. Overall, this story leaves us with a lesson about how important it is to learn to respect boundaries, to ask for consent every time, and to avoid engaging in any sexual acts with minors. Remember that a no is no, but even if it is not spoken, it is still a no without a yes. Meanwhile, if you are a victim of this kind of abuse, do not be afraid to speak up and know that there are many people out there who are willing to see, hear, and support you all the way. And that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to get notified of our newest uploads. While you're still here, come check out our other videos. We have other videos that I'm sure you'd be interested in seeing, such as those about Zendaya and Tom Holland, and the recently trending artist Jenna Ortega. I hope to see you next time here in Celebrity Gossips.